is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. And this one is right through. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. A pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, it created a big run. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on third down.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Broncos have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
To throw again on second down, Mahomes. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. First catch on that one for Kelce, and it's a first down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
The Chiefs at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And some room to work. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
The slot man in motion right. They'll throw on first down with Wilson.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. Now Williams running left. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. They run it again with Williams. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
21 yards there on 3rd down. Up the middle, it's Williams.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Play action. Now Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing now is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Shreds him with a stiff arm. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
So still 14 yards to go. Second down.
They try the left side here with Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
From the 30 on second down, Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
Play action. It's Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. On the move past the 40.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Now here's Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. Now it's Mahomes again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce. 26 yards.
And the Chiefs are back within a score.
Mahomes will throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
140 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On 2nd down,
Wall. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he's got room. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list.
And the Chiefs get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
On the counter, here's Williams.
And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here's Wilson. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only do they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
The tackle made there by Caden Stearns.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mahomes going to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Nick Benito. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Now they bring the tight end in motion right. After the interception, here's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that two-point attempt.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he had to alert that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mahomes now to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Here we go. 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. 91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs will add to their 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here's Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Mahomes to throw. Force, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Well, somebody